Well, hi there. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Social Distancing with Clint number 50.
50. That's a lot. That's 55. You got to do a 0.
10. 50. Number 50.
Did you count that
Yeah.
away in your mind?
Oh, here, let me make this bigger if I can.
Are you choking on the speaker? Oh, if you hear some children in the backyard, in the background.
We keep a bunch of them out there.
One of my childhood best friends came from DC to visit us. So we have all of our kids just finishing up lunch right now. Her name's Jessie. So everyone say hi, Jessie, in the comments. So go back and watch this.
Well, we obviously have a lot going on today. We clearly do have a big announcement about the future of social distancing with Clint and live streams on our channel. I've got some cool packages to open. If you haven't been following in the comments right before we started, I got 3 big boxes from Josh's Frogs, and if it's all right with you guys, I think we might unbox those and see what we got.
I'm excited about that.
And we've got questions from Patreon.
Yeah.
We're gonna have your questions, and definitely we're gonna talk about the future of our live streams.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to get into.
There is.
Should we get moving?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever you set up my laptop, it doesn't actually, I always have to just go in and do it myself anyways.
Okay.
Because it actually doesn't do anything. No, don't be sorry.
Is it working?
No. So I always
We have no idea what your questions are. Can I open a letter?
Yeah.
I'll open a letter.
I'll just go to back and redo it.
Okay, so this is a big envelope, but I can see through it. There is
Oh, these lights are good to see.
yeah, okay. So this is from Alexander in California.
Hi, Alexander.
And inside of the big envelope is the little letter. And it looks like it's just a really nice
Cute.
handwritten letter. I'm going to see if I can. Let's see.
The battle is not over yet if we unite as a community.
I like that.
Cute. I love that.
So I think. Oh, so he's talking a little bit about our video that we made about the reptile bans that have been going through, and he had a question. I read his question at the end of his first letter of what got me into reptiles.
What got you into reptiles?
Yeah,
Being born got him into reptiles.
Should I answer that question again?
Yeah.
Just because it's been a while, and that's a good question. I wouldn't say being born got me into reptiles specifically. Being born somehow though got me into animals generally, all of them, including and probably most particularly dinosaurs. And and that has just been part of who I am since always, and I don't know why. But there are a few things that really pushed me in the direction of reptiles, because my parents growing up, I mean, they were not like horrified of reptiles, but they certainly didn't encourage me to be into reptiles.
No.
Oh yeah, we need snakes in the house. They weren't really excited about all that stuff, but they were very supportive and nice. But they were really supportive of my interest in animals, and they'd let me watch documentaries. That's what I wanted to watch, was like animal documentaries and things about reptiles, or not reptiles, things about dinosaurs. Well, I reached an age where I realized I might not ever see a dinosaur other than birds.
Yeah.
And so what that was part of it is the extant diapsid reptiles are kind of the most dinosaur-like of all of the modern animals. The other thing was, unfortunately, my first ever experience catching snakes, which I was a little bit nervous.
Were you? How old were you?
I was probably like 4. But I was nervous about the snakes.
Who were you catching snakes with?
My neighbors Richard and Christopher in their backyard, because we lived right by a lake, and their backyard backed up to the lake. Mm-hmm. So there were a lot of snakes that would come right down into the backyard. In fact, I a few years ago saw a bull snake eating a squirrel in their backyard. They don't live there anymore, but we've always been good friends with the people that have lived there, and we were watching their house, I think, and I was in their backyard, and there was a bull snake eating a squirrel in the backyard. anyway, it was awesome. It was awesome. And, you know, and I've seen lots of bull snakes and stuff in their backyard. Anyway, but it was just garter snakes we were catching. But I was nervous. And fortunately for me, they were not. You know, they were not afraid of the snakes, which probably was really important as far as my long-term feelings about snakes. Because, I mean, you know, I was like, I don't know what, 25, 26 years old before I really met anybody else who was going to introduce me to snakes in a positive way. You know, basically all of my snake interaction after that was just me by myself learning how to interact with snakes. And, you know, and so I always, you know, I always loved them. But that first experience that I had with people who were not afraid, I think that really made a huge
I've
difference.
never heard that story.
No, I hadn't really thought about it. Richard and Christopher.
I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, they moved away when I was fairly young, still, but yeah, that was a really cool part of my early reptile experience, and the rest is history.
Cute. No super chats yet.
No super chats. All right, they're all waiting with bated breath to hear about the future of.
No, they're not.
No.
You guys don't want to hear about the future of social distancing with Clint.
They don't. Okay, you are not interested.
I don't think so. I don't see anyone saying like, yeah, tell us.
Well, hey, while we wait, I also we have a package. You said it's from Mr. and Mrs.
I'm pretty
Aurelia?
sure they emailed and said that they were sending a package that would remind you of the one-on-one virtual hangout.
It's heavy, and I probably shouldn't flex it too much.
It might be a book.
I don't know what it is. I'm excited.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Morelia sent a super chat.
You can't end the
You can't end the live stream. We love them. Think of the newbies to you and your channel and how this is a great way to get to know you guys.
We honestly have loved doing this very much.
It's been a fun Friday tradition.
Yeah, absolutely.
For almost a whole year. In 2 weeks, it will be an entire year that we've been doing.
Do you think I should start talking about the future of what's going on, what our plans are, what we're thinking, why we're thinking it?
Leisha, don't tease us, Tina. Tima, did you watch last week's live stream when I was talking about you guys coming to the room? I've been wondering. Tell us now. We need to know. Tell us.
I see a lot of that.
know.
We're watching you.
Oh.
How did you get
Jessie and her kids are watching the live stream at the kitchen table right there.
Like, this is fascinating.
Well, why don't we get into it a little bit?
Okay, well, so obviously, just under a year ago, because this is number 50, and there are 52 weeks in a year, just under a year ago, well, the world had just shut down, and we wanted to find a way to kind of help us all to get through this period of social distancing, because it's obviously been crazy and unprecedented, and we thought it was going to be like a few weeks, right? Like, 2 weeks to slow the spread.
I'm watching you.
And here we are. Here we are.
Your son just said, I'm watching you.
Always watching.
So cute.
Here we are 50 weeks later, and we're still doing social distancing with Clint. Now, I will say, and we see it, one of the things that's happening is the world is starting to open back up. And,
Let me mute this really quick.
Yeah, that'd be great. And as a result, there are fewer and fewer of you here each week, which definitely has us thinking about a lot of things, like, is this still the right time to be doing it? Because this is like, at least for us.
Are you guys enjoying it? That's
Are you enjoying it as much?
Like, are people coming? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Because I've been watching the numbers the last few weeks, probably the last month or so, and it's just been a steady decline of how many people are actually coming and commenting and things like that. So that's why I've been like, it might be, we've almost been doing it for a year. I think it's time to end social distancing with Clint.
Well, and Lisa's been talking to me about this for a few weeks now, and I'm probably less excited about it because this is a really fun part of my week. I look forward to it, but it also does really cut into the middle of our Friday,
Yeah.
you know, and our lives are busy, and so we're trying to think about how to make our live streams the best that they can be.
Mhm.
And so I'll give you kind of where we are at the moment, which is that we do want to finish out the year. Okay, so what we are going to guarantee you right now is 52 weeks of social distancing with Clint.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will
We have 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks
until we're done.
We will definitely be here doing social distancing with Clint, just like we've been doing it. You kind of have a feel for it. I mean, you know, it's a similar concept every week, but we have so much fun. We enjoy hanging out with you guys. We know, you know, there's usually like right around 200 of you that I think are here almost every week. And honestly, for me, like that's the hardest part about even considering not doing these live streams is like, you know, there's not a ton of people here, but you guys matter, right? You people matter a
Noel
lot.
Ram said, 2 weeks ago, I have discovered this channel. I've been addicted ever since. Glad I'm able to catch one of these streams. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for joining us. That's so cool. We love to hear where you guys are from.
Oh, yeah, that is so much. It's crazy. It's so fun, like just knowing that we have friends all over the world.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited because the world is starting to open back up.
Mhm.
And so hopefully in the not so distant future, you know, we'll be able to travel to other places and hopefully get to see you there. You can come to Clint's Reptile Room
Speaking of coming,
tonight. Is that
tonight
right?
and to the pet store.
Oh, yeah. Will you tell them some of these details?
Yeah, right now.
Yes, please.
I'm so excited. Oh, thanks for taking Martha, Jess. Just call her if you need me to come up.
Caller?
No, call her.
Oh, it's like caller. Caller.
So I'm super excited because the reptile room is open tonight. So if you want to come see Clinty and hang out with some animals, like that's always a good time. We always have a great time there. And the volunteers, I remember we had our little volunteer training to talk to them about, you know, what we expect and how the rules and procedures of the room, which animals to get out, things like that. We were telling the volunteers, like, it is so fun. You're going to see some really amazing people do, like, get over their fears. Also, like, anyways, too many details. All I'm saying is the volunteers love being there. They love helping you. They love holding the animals and talking about the animals with you. And Clint obviously loves it. So if you're in the area or if you know people who are in the area, send them to Clint's Reptile Room. We're open from 5 to 9 p.m. tonight. And if you're not in the area, go ahead and schedule a virtual one-on-one with Clint. Those are really fun. It's just like being there. You get to chat with Clint about whatever you want. You get to ask Clint to see whatever animals you want.
It's like being there if you were the only person there.
Exactly. Yeah. Clint just carries a camera around, and people are like, "I want to see Ruby. I want to see the emerald tree skinks, and I want to see Gus." And so Clint will take them out and hold them and put the camera up to them and just chat about whatever. So if you can't come tonight, definitely schedule a one-on-one chat.
Yes, please.
So, and then Clint was talking about the world kind of starting to open up and being able to meet people. So we have some really exciting news.
Yes, we do.
There is a pet store in Phoenix called C&B Reptiles. C&B Reptiles. C&B, like M&M.
C&B, like the 3 letters.
Yeah.
But the N is little.
Yes.
And the C and the B are big.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
C&B Reptile. They're in Phoenix, Arizona. And their pet store is doing a grand opening. And as part of that grand opening, they're flying Clint out to meet you guys. So if you're in the Phoenix area or anywhere surrounding, you will be there April 10th. Yep.
And it sounds like right in the morning, right? 10
a.m. to like 2:30 or something like that. So if you are in Phoenix or anywhere near like southern Utah or Nevada.
And that's a Saturday.
Yep, that's a Saturday. April 10th at 10 a.m. You can come see Clint in Phoenix.
What else is going on April 10th?
Nothing else. My birthday! So Clint gets to party with you guys on my birthday.
Well, and you'll be there.
Yeah.
So you can come wish Leisha a happy birthday.
Yeah.
At C&B Reptiles on April 10th 10 to 2:30. This is in the greater Phoenix area. Is
Yep,
it in Phoenix proper?
Yep.
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
And it is exciting that we're starting to get to be able to get out a little
Yep.
bit and
Also, as well as Clint being there, I know Brian Cusco.
Yep.
I always want to say Cusco. Brian Cusco is going to be there. Garrett Hartle and Dave Hoffman are all going to be at C&D Reptile on April 10th. So
Yeah.
come take
it
pictures.
should be a lot of shenanigans.
As far as I know, it's free to just come and hang
I don't
out.
know.
I don't know what C&D Reptile is doing, but if you want to come see Clint and take pictures and hang out, that's where he'll be on April 10th. We'll keep announcing it, but I'm really excited.
Yes, yeah, this is the first time we've announced it at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's official.
So come see Clint tonight. If you can't come tonight, come to Arizona. If you can't come to Arizona, schedule a one-on-one.
Yep. No, that was awesome. That was everything, wasn't it?
We have some more super chats coming in.
Okay. I'll save Mr. and Mrs. Morelia package for a little.
This one is from.
We still haven't told them what our plans are though, so let's not be too cool.
This one's from Cars. I gotta get this closer to me. Cars. CHMA.
Okay.
They said, got my Clint's Reptile shirt today. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to during COVID. That's awesome. We love those
Well,
shirts.
which one did you get? I want to know.
I love them.
There are actually quite a few new designs that, like I haven't gotten a new Clint Reptile shirt in a while, and there are some, including the very first one that I've ever drawn. I'm so excited.
Is it coming?
It's already out. You could get it right now. I don't have one.
Oh, no.
Someday.
And let's see, the Tarantula Collective said, we need to see more love for tarantulas.
Totally agree. Now, I will tell you, there are, okay, this weekend's video, not about tarantulas, but I will tell you, we have 2 more already filmed. And the reality is, we've only done 1 tarantula video so far. And it's like one of the least popular invertebrate videos we've done. And I'm like, it's one of the best pet tarantulas that we've covered.
The Huffy Venom Potato shirt. Cute.
Yay!
Sorry, keep going.
And so I'm like, I'm a little bit like, how many tarantulas should we cover? So I will tell you, the next 2 that we've covered are 2 of the rockinest tarantulas in the world. And we figured, like, if people aren't that interested in those videos, they're just not that interested in tarantulas. Because those videos are stinking red. I also just got a new tarantula this last week. We actually took in a whole bunch of well, they were rescues. These were rescues this week. But there's some really cool animals that we have to be a little bit selective, about what we can bring in. But there were some
animals healthy and what Clint can actually care for. Because right now, we do have a few volunteers, but it's mostly just Clint doing it himself. So we can't.
Well, the volunteers are doing a lot of stuff with him. They're really doing it.
Are they?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
I didn't know that they were so independent.
Well, I mean, I give them some guidance. They're getting,
That's awesome.
better and better.
That's
They're awesome.
We
It's
really
a great.
appreciate our volunteers. They're awesome.
Mhm.
Great.
But anyway, I got one of the rescues we took in is a really cool pumpkin patch tarantula. We might have to have some reason. And yesterday we filmed a video about one of the animals that came in. So anyway, there's a lot of really exciting stuff.
People are saying they want more spiders. Please cover more spiders. Tima says top 5 tarantulas.
We and I've got some other spiders planned too. Honestly, if I can get my hands on a big old huntsman spider, I would like to.
Sam
Tarantula Collective, can you hook me up?
Sam Pagano said, "What bird do you think is the most velociraptor-like pet bird? I don't know if anyone keeps them, but I always feel like it's secretary birds. Secretary birds are."
So obvious, this is the pet bird, but cassowaries basically. Okay, here's the thing. When we're talking about velociraptor, I know what we're really talking about is Deinonychus. Because when it comes to the most velociraptor-like bird, it's going to be something the size of a velociraptor, which is really not a tremendously large bird. A cassowary is considerably bigger than a velociraptor, and probably just as scary. They're awesome. I love cassowaries. But a bird that if I wanted a very dinosaur-looking bird, plus a spectacularly gorgeous bird, and a bird that's not that unreasonable to keep, I would want a golden pheasant.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
They're beautiful, and the thing is, they've got a really long pheasant tail, but it's not like peacock long.
Yeah.
It is where it just looks like a dinosaur tail.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen in, I think it's our chicken video, the chicken walking with the counterbalance tail, and that counterbalance causes them to walk like dinosaurs. And so
What kind of pheasants do we see around here?
those are Asian pheasants, ringneck pheasants.
They're beautiful
They're all
too.
Yeah, they're ringneck pheasants. They're introduced.
Yeah. They're
Hence the
gorgeous.
Asian.
They live around here now.
Oh yeah, we see them. I get excited. Yeah. And I love them. I just think golden pheasants are more beautiful.
We have
Controversial topics.
We have a lot of super chats still coming in, but I just wanted to pop over to the thread that said, Saskia said, "Such a shame. I'll really miss these. Not the news I needed today with current faces."
Well, hang in there. We have several newses associated with the future of live streams.
Evan Rubio sent a super duper chat.
Super duper chat.
Hi, Clint and Lisa. These live streams have been the highlight of my week. Hopefully, you guys can find a way to keep them up. Can't wait to come to the reptile. Thanks for saying that. It really is encouraging words like that help us feel like, okay, let's keep doing this. Because, when fewer people come and there are fewer comments, it's just like, well, maybe people aren't enjoying it. Maybe it's not worth the time and the effort that we put into this. But when we hear, like, it is worth the time and effort, then...
Yeah, and I think you're the one that needs to hear that the most. So yeah, let me. Can I just tell a little bit more of what we have in mind?
Sure.
Just so not everybody's waiting with bated breath. So again, we promise you 52 weeks of social distancing. At that point, week 52 will not be the last live stream we ever do. Right? Not at all. We definitely will be doing live streams at times. But they're not going to be called social distancing.
And who knows how often they'll be, when they'll be. We're still trying to figure that out.
So a lot of it, we are still trying to figure out. I'm kind of leaning towards. We do
wait, I thought we were going to announce that.
Okay. I guess we have some figuring out. Well, I'm just going to tell them where I'm leaning right now, and this isn't necessarily the way it's going to be. All right. I would like to do at least one live stream a month in the future, and kind of what I'm thinking about right now is if there are, I don't know, if we have a certain number of people that come, then we'll increase the number that we do that month. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. I still don't know, how many people that would be. When exactly we would have it. Honestly, probably the day that would make the most sense would be Saturday.
No, because you do parties at the moment.
Well, sometimes. But the thing about it is most people would be available on a Saturday. One of the problems we're running into now is a lot of people have gone back to work, they've gone back to school, like they just can't be here. And they watch it later, but they can't watch it live. And so, moving it to Saturday, I would say the biggest problem with Saturdays, we do have parties there quite a bit. Also, we release our videos on Saturdays, and I don't know how releasing 2 videos on the same day, I don't know what that would do.
I don't think Saturday is a good idea.
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons
Moral
why
of
it
the
might not.
story,
We have a lot of figuring out.
Social distancing with Clint is done in 2 weeks. We have 2 more weeks of this live stream, and then we're done. After that,
we're still trying to figure it out, and honestly, we would appreciate your feedback and ideas because we are trying to figure out what that looks like. Especially from you guys that are here right now watching this live, right? Like you guys are the ones that are being the most impacted by any sort of change that we make because you guys are the ones that actually make it now, and you guys you're really important to us, and so we don't want you to feel like we're abandoning you. So we really, really do want your feedback. What should the future of live streams on Clint Show tell? And one thing we can do when we sit back and evaluate is we can take some time and just think, okay, what were the things that we liked about social distancing with Clint, and what are the things that we'd like to change for future live streams?
whenever they may be.
Yep, whenever and however often you might be, which is also part of what we will consider.
Yeah.
So,
Dan E said, just got here. Love you all. Your channel has helped me so much. I'm so glad your channel and business was able to survive during the pandemic.
so are we.
Thanks to you guys.
Yeah, and, and it's not over. I mean, we are still at a very reduced capacity because of COVID, but we at least get to experience the room and see that it works and start to work out the bugs and figure it out and get a rhythm down and get people trained. Like, it's starting to happen. And I mean, 100%, in all seriousness, I had reached a point with the reptile room when it was closed. There was no end in sight to how long it was going to be closed. And I was just thinking, do I close it now or do I close it later after it runs us completely out of money? Because that seemed like the only possibilities. And it has been because of you, and it continues to be because of you guys and the live face-to-faces that we have made it through. And
we felt like we worked so hard to get here, and we didn't even get a crack at it. Like, we didn't even get to give it a go because of the pandemic, and it was really hard to feel. One
of the hardest things for me was the fact that there are so many people here that supported us in this dream, that really gave us the ability to try, and the unthinkable happened. And it was like, I mean, it was like, well, I guess not. I guess not. But again, you guys stepped up to the plate and
all because
saved
of you
it.
guys. Those virtual hangouts are literally what is keeping the room open.
Yes.
That is what pays the bills on the room, and literally, those just pay the bills.
Yep. Yeah. It's not like it's a, always our thing with the room is we just want it to exist. And so the fact, I mean, we put a lot of work and a lot of our own personal investment into the room, and just having it stay alive, it's okay with us. We are thrilled with
little
that.
by little.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see some growth.
We are thrilled just to be making it, and it's all because of you guys.
Thank you. More bubbles into Super Chat. I don't know if you've been here since stream 1. I don't know if I've been here since stream 1, but pretty close. And I'll miss them if you discontinue. You gotta do what's best, and we'll all still happily watch your regular videos. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anthony sent a super duper chat.
Super duper chat!
For the reptile room, my friends, my blue death feigning beetles are doing amazingly, and I can't wait to see you guys on our upcoming series.
This is a good opportunity to talk about future.
Yeah.
Because Anthony is one of our rad fans, or stinking rad fans over at Patreon. And one of the perks that we have as our way of saying thank you is they get early access to the videos, which, that's usually important. But at a moment like this, it was stupendously important, because sometimes this is just a crazy thing that has happened with this channel. And I'm not any good at taking advantage of this. Our videos about things that maybe not that many people know about can totally change the market on those things and how available they are. So we actually alter the availabilities for with the video. And so Anthony found out about blue death feigning beetles a few days before the rest of you guys did, and was able to get some before they likely all disappeared.
Clint, we've had people emailing us about emerald tree skinks. This one woman who was a breeder, she was like, I couldn't give them away. Like, I couldn't, people just would not take them. And she had to, it was heartbreaking to her that she had to,
She had to freeze eggs.
Yeah.
She didn't tell us that then, but I found a post from her in an emerald tree skink group from late last year, and she was so overrun with baby emerald tree skinks that she had to freeze the last egg sheet.
Yeah, and she
was
was
devastating.
Down, and she emailed and she just said, I want to thank you for your video because I can't now produce enough of these. Everybody wants them. So.
And they're the greatest pet lizard there's ever been. So I'm absolutely kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, Anthony, that's awesome that he got to get his hands on a blue death feigning beetle, and he did that because he was a stinking rat fan on Patreon, getting early release videos. Sean P sent a super duper chat.
Super duper chat.
Live streams are a Friday highlight. Best smallish bluebird other than a corn snake? I'd rather stay away from the muskers and poop sprayers.
Muskers. Oh, well, I mean, small-ish. Okay. So there's a lot of actually red small-ish. So if we're talking like way small, hogs are amazing. But some really good ones to consider. African house snakes, Russian rat snakes, gopher snakes.
Here in Utah, it's so sweet.
And you know, gopher snakes are like bull snakes, but most species are most subspecies are considerably smaller than bull snakes. So those would be great places to start. Yeah, Great Basin gopher snakes, unbelievably fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue better than a corn snake. The reason they're not going to outscore a corn snake is because they're harder to find and more expensive, but not expensive, but more expensive than corn snake.
Mr. and Mrs. Morelia sent a super chat.
Wait, I want to go to Envy Exotics, by the way, if you're looking for an incredible selection of awesome fluids.
Awesome, good advice. They said, can we sponsor more live streams? Consider it a big one-on-one group live stream. How much would the telethon need to keep this going? Cute. That's so nice and thoughtful.
No, we have. I mean, never thought of
Well,
that is such a kind thing to suggest.
we wouldn't even.
Who was it that
Mr.
suggested?
and Mrs. Morelia.
Oh, goodness.
Thanks, you guys. It's good to know that you guys really like them and they're not just. Because sometimes I feel like you guys are just like, well, we want to support you, so we're just going to have it play on the background. Or like, we want to support you, so we'll be there and we'll try to say something, you know. But to hear you say, like, you actually really like it and it's a highlight, like,
Keep
that's
saying
good
these
to
things.
know.
Keep saying these things. I think, you know, yeah. I think of the two of us. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for Alicia too, because you know we've got our kids and our baby, and we have to juggle everything.
And that's another thing. I'm like, they don't want to watch me like juggling a baby here. She's like yanking on my hair, and I'm
Hang on, I gotta let the dog out.
Yeah, or like, oh, I gotta go change a diaper now. Like, this is just our real life. This is what a Friday afternoon looks like, and like, they don't want to watch that. Like, that's probably really annoying to see me like in and out and in and out. And so,
No, but your encouragement has always meant like everything. I mean, you know, in the infancy of this channel.
Oh, there's an audio. Someone said, sorry to be annoying. Please fix the audio.
Is it not good? You guys not hear?
Nobody else is saying anything. So let us know if we need to fix the audio.
Yeah, looks like it should be okay.
I think we're okay.
Okay. We'll hope it's just.
Yes, the audio is bad. Please fix the audio. Audio is choppy. Let me look on here and make sure that our mic is hooked up.
Sorry, guys. One moment, please.
One.
No.
That's
Cool.
should be okay.
We can maybe change the location of the microphone.
So it's choppy. Why is it choppy?
I don't know, do you think there could be?
Is the mic from the computer fan? Oh, it is. Maybe put it.
Well, it's several feet from the computer. Man.
Want me to put a screw right here?
Sure. One moment, please. Thank you for your patience. Which sounds like.
I guess I just am seeing this now. Jason said audio kind of sucks. It's really crappy. Well, now it's just closer to the camera.
Well, it's also closer to us.
How is that, guys?
Is that better?
Even better? Let's pull this even closer. Is that better? Testing our audio. Is that better?
They said love the chairs.
Thanks.
David shook.
I
Alicia
got
made
these
them.
chairs for $5 and
This is not really better.
sounds louder and clearer.
Oh,
and not really
hey! I bet
but
that. I
still
bet that.
not
Did
really.
that just change it?
Still
I
better.
bet that changed
Did
it.
you turn it on? Is it off?
Is it working better now?
Yes, way better.
The little plug in the back was just not really well situated. Thank you guys for telling us about that. I'm sorry.
That's why it wasn't plugged in all the way.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks
So
for
better?
telling us.
Better, but still can hear the whirring.
It's really crappy.
Still?
No, that's what Michelle texted a while ago. But I think it's better. Same, thank you. Still some static as before, but it's good enough.
Make sure it's well situated up here. I don't know what else we can do.
Sorry.
You got it. Hey guys, this is the blue snowball. You don't have any affiliate links for it, but you know you should get one.
Apparently not, though. 'Cause it's not
Yeah, maybe, or maybe don't get one. Sorry, Blue.
It is. Jason said I don't think it's switched to external mic. That's what we were just looking at.
Then it is.
Switched to external mic. Sorry.
Here, I'm gonna turn it this way.
Is that better?
Does that help? Does that help? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess we continue on.
Aurora Exotics, who's one of our mods from the Discord, said, static when you speak, but we can hear you. I'd say keep going.
Huh.
No, it did not work. It's the same. You can hear just fine, but quality is not so good.
That's the worst.
Sorry, that's annoying. You don't want to listen to cracky, staticky noises.
No, you don't. I'm worried to unplug it because I think one time we just lost our audio for the stream. Let's see.
Now that it's plugged in, I'll check and see if it's using the.
I'll be right back. Okay.
USB snowball. It does its work. That's what it's using. So, speak louder. Does it have to do with distance? It's really close to me. It sounds like ocean waves. So I'm pretty sure you're just hearing the fan. Sorry, guys. Tima says she wants to see what's in the boxes.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to open. I'm so bummed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we can do. We'll try to have it fixed before next week, though.
Did not work. Mic is from the device. Sorry. I don't know why it's saying.
I mean, what we could do is unplug it and switch to the computer audio and see if that's better.
Well,
Risk it?
let's
If
just
everything
switch.
goes sideways, we will start a new stream.
Let's just switch to the computer audio and then
Fine.
back because internal microphone because it might recognize it. Okay. What does that sound like? That maybe if it sounds.
Can you hear us at all now?
Can you change that? Can you hear us?
Thank you guys for sticking around. I noticed you guys haven't left.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you.
Same audio. Okay, now we'll plug it back in and switch it and see how we do. Oops, no. Testing. How is that?
Okay.
Testing.
Is it better?
Testing. We're using our microphone.
Is it working? No, we've changed the microphone input many times.
Okay. Well, still hear you. It's the exact same. Sounds exactly the same.
Did it sound better when it was unplugged, or does it sound better now?
I don't know what to say with these. That's all I know how to do.
Yeah, it's just.
Is switch the computer says that it's using the external microphone. But
Okay, well, I guess we'll carry on and just deal with it. Sorry, guys. Thank you for sticking with us. We really appreciate that you're still here. So we will live with the audio problems for today.
yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, I've got much to open. Should I open something while we're?
Yeah, there's a lot of super chats too.
Well, let's do it. We'll do it all. Okay, inside of this package. There's another package. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. So this, I believe, this is from Mr. and Mrs. Morelli, and you say it will remind us of Whoa! Wow! Okay, so this, look at how awesome these flamingos are.
That's incredible.
And they're flaminglet. And this is from the Riverbank Zoo and Garden. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have to come visit. We have to come visit that.
That's amazing. Look at those pictures.
Look at these
the
hornbills.
That's beautiful photography.
Those are some pretty good dinosaurs. Turning a dream into reality. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Look at this beautiful dart frog. And some people.
And some people.
Oh, this is awesome. Whoa. Okay. Siamang! They're lesser apes. Which is just, the insulting category that we've put gibbons and siamangs into.
Yeah. Let's see. Anthony sent a super chat. So my friend, everyone loves the time of the dinosaurs. And rightfully so, but what era in prehistory do you think has some stinking rat creatures that need more attention?
I would say, actually, basically all of the rise of the mammals. Following. That's awesome.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Following the extinction of the dinosaurs, I would say that period where you had all these crazy cool giant armadillos and giant sloths and crazy pig beasts that ran across the plains and ate everybody, and saber-toothed tigers and mammoths and mastodons. That is a really, really cool time in the history of animal life on this planet. Additionally, I think the periods just immediately preceding the time of the dinosaurs, where you still had a lot of really cool reptiles and the ancestors of dinosaurs, that's a really cool period.
Yeah.
Says I.
Let's see. Betty Morgan said once a month at least, please.
I would say plan on that at the very least. That's my thing. Well, yeah. Well, and the thing is too, like, if it's too much for Alicia, as time goes on and the world opens up, we might be able to have Jason, help and Michelle, and
we can get our internet working.
Teacher, yes.
It's so cool to be doing live.
It would be much cooler from the room, so maybe that will be something. And honestly, that might be one of the reasons we would want to look into like a sponsored stream, is just because. So at the room we're limited to business internet, which gives us fewer options, and the high-speed one is ridiculously expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just trying to not go under with the room at the moment. And so the idea of paying a huge amount of money every month for internet, but if we had a way to, if there was a way to make that work, it'd be really, really cool. Really good. So anyway, we have a lot of. It'd be really cool, actually. That'd be very different from social distancing with them, if we could do it.
And Mr. and Mrs. which, by the way, I love doing it. Like, I wouldn't want to be replaced in any way. I really do enjoy it. I was just thinking that you guys aren't enjoying it.
Yeah, well,
the numbers were going down.
And it may be because they're not enjoying it. It might just be because there are few people available at this time.
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Morelli said quality over quantity of viewership, which is so true. This little community that we have here for live streams and for Clint Reptiles in general, it's a fantastic, especially online community.
Oh my God.
We love being a part of this and what we've created together with you guys, because everyone is kind and wholesome and just supportive. Yeah, it's an incredible community.
Absolutely.
So, it's true. Quantity does matter. And
quality.
Sorry, yeah.
Quantity is everything.
Quality does matter. Summer Wet sent a super chat. Jason got us hooked when you had 10,000 subscribers and we had 0 reptiles. Now look how many subscribers you have, and we have 3 ball pythons. That's so cool. I love hearing that.
Be like, and now we have 10,000 reptiles.
Ricky Trey mostly sent a super duper chat.
Super duper chat!
Esty with Clint is appointment TV for our family.
Means they're always here. On time. It's an appointment for them.
What's SD?
Social distancing.
Oh, social distancing with Clint is appointment. Oh, I see. For our family. TV for our family. Whatever you do in the future must include Leisha. The interaction between you two is wonderful with our
I love doing
Thanks
this with
for
Leisha.
saying
It is. I think it would be fun though from time to time
to
get to see Jason and Michelle
Totally.
and everybody else who.
Karen would say no, but it would
Yeah.
be fun to have.
Yeah, we would invite Karen. We
Yeah.
would invite Will. It would honestly be a blast to get Will on here. I think Will's more
And
comfortable with
Jason,
this kind of
I don't
thing
know
than
if
this
Jason would actually get on camera.
He is. Oh, was
No,
he
he
never? He was
wouldn't.
always a voice.
Yeah, I don't know if
He's
he'd
been
actually
on
get
camera before.
Just
There
once.
is a video
Yeah.
with Jason and Michelle and Will in.
Mhm.
And so you should look that
We
up.
really have to be good about not going over today.
Do we?
Yes, we gotta.
Man, we have a lot to do.
Lauren Bevel said, "We can't really hear you guys. Oh, there's feedback when you turn your head. We can't hear it all. I'm so sorry.
Is it still that bad?
I'm so sorry." Melissa464 sent a super chat. I love the live shows. I work remotely, but time if I don't have meetings. As a mom with kids doing school at home while I work, it's good to see you all living your life and juggling all the things. Thanks for saying that. I know you understand going to school and working and having kids, and it's a lot of stuff. So it's nice to hear that it's like, it's good to see that someone else is doing that too. I know I would feel that way, but I'm like, they're probably so sick of.
Our life
Same
is
life.
quite the juggling act,
Yeah.
but somehow it all works out. I don't know. It's amazing to me how well it comes together.
Jonathan Fernandez said, "Hi Clint, what's your verdict on theropod dinosaurs? Lips or no lips?"
Ooh, that was a great question. Honestly, if I had to wager, I'd probably wager lips. But they look cooler in the lipless fashion that we tend to draw them. We kind of draw them in like a hybrid. Like, they've still kind of got lips, but their teeth hang out.
C. Ryan Shyrock is a patron on Patreon. If you want questions answered, join Patreon.
We hit a big milestone this week.
What was it?
500 patrons.
Nuh-uh.
Huh.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. It's really humbling to hear numbers like that. 500 people are patrons just because they want to see this channel grow and see more of what we do.
It's amazing what that does for us too, because it gives us the freedom to cover animals and things that we know might not be that popular, but we still people need to know about them. It allows us to travel and do things like that. It does so much. It helps us get new equipment and there's so much that does for our channel. Having those people that support us in that way and 500 people.
That's amazing.
It's so incredible.
That makes me want to. Okay, take a deep breath.
Mm.
C. Ryan Shyrox on Patreon said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back the skink up. I just watched last week's live stream and heard that Clint is missing toes. Dude, you can't just announce something like that and leave your legions of loyal humans hanging in suspense. Can you please provide details?"
I did realize after that was over, I never explained why I don't
Doesn't
have
have
all of
of
my
his
toes on one foot.
It's true. Nobody has all of their toes on one foot.
This is my father-in-law's favorite joke in the world.
Uh-huh.
So he has 5 of his toes on one foot and 5 of his toes on the other foot.
Uh-huh.
And so do
He
I.
doesn't have all of his toes on one foot.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm surprised that nobody else said anything.
Everything's fine. I am honestly shocked he has any toes at all.
Anthony says, "What's your favorite animal superpowers? For example, mine is the Iberian ribbed newt's ability to protrude its ribs through its skin as a means of defense. Basically, an amphibian Wolverine stinking rad."
It's hard to outdo the superpowers of the tardigrade, which can live basically anywhere, including in the vacuum of space. So it's probably the closest to Superman of any animal I know of, but there are some really rad animal superpowers out there.
Natasha Peterson said, I just want to say thanks so much for nearly a year of weekly live streams. It feels like a milestone. Like, for some reason, it feels like we're accomplishing. Like,
Yes.
I'm proud of myself. Like, I don't know why. It feels, and I think now I'm understanding, like, when people go on to Ellen and they're like, I've done 2,000 episodes of my show. I'm like, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well.
But now I'm
Aren't you
like, I've
something?
done 52 episodes. Not really, but it does feel like, man, a whole year has passed and we've been doing that. It's so cool.
Well, I don't think we ever dreamed that was going to be the case.
No, never. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say they have lifted my spirits, made me laugh until I cried, those Clint raps, and given me something to look forward to every week while being furloughed. I completely get if you want to wrap it up, change the frequency of the streams once a month, every other month maybe. They're a big commitment to have every single week when you also have a family, work, and life outside of the channel. It's been a joy to also get to know Alicia and your family. Perhaps more of the team can join on future live streams. Thanks for everything you do for all the community. We really appreciate it.
Making me so sad. I'm like, let's never stop.
It's really, thanks for allowing me to be here and like liking that I'm here, because it's been fun to be involved. The channel is like, I've wanted to be involved, but there hasn't ever been, a clear role for me. And so it's kind of been Clint's thing, and it's been really nice to have a role and kind of make it our thing.
Absolutely.
So.
And I'm thinking, I'll get your feedback. Should there be one more wrap before the end of the 52
That's a good
weeks?
idea. On 52, you'll do a final wrap.
This final wrap to wrap it up.
Yeah. Love it. Okay, Sherry LBW said, will not get to catch the live stream today. Really hope it's not the end of the live streams, as I thoroughly enjoyed them. Hope you and your family have a wonderful day. 2
more, and the following ones will have better audio.
Micaiah said, I think the things that need to be evaluated sufficiently by our 3 categories: time management, overall joy, and cost. If doing the lives doesn't bring you joy anymore, maybe back off a little. If you could be using that time to do something more productive, to lighten your workload, maybe back off a little bit. If your family is missing something because of you doing them, maybe back off a bit. However, if all of the aforementioned aren't true, then you should 100% keep doing them. I'm sure I'm not the only one that really enjoys them.
This is so sweet.
I know. It's making me a little emotional.
Yeah, my heart is very heavy with the idea of not doing them.
Sean P says, what is your number? Oops. Sorry. Sean P said, what is your number 1 pie in the sky pet reptile? Endangered status, availability, cost, enclosure setup, and space on no object. You'd only have to worry about handling it and keeping it alive. Basically, Elon Musk offers to build you a deluxe enclosure and ship you an animal. You get to pick.
Wait, howdy. I have a lot of them that are.
Would you say alligator?
Yeah, it would be some sort of crocodile. Honestly, yeah, probably a crocodilian. It would either be an American, like a female American alligator. It's not going to get to be preposterously large, or like a pair of dwarf canids. One of those 2. Honestly, the way the reptile room is situated, where we have people there all the time that work with them, you probably get dwarf canids to be fairly reasonable. Yeah. And I think they're so cool looking. Yeah. I just love them.
So Thera said, first of all, please don't stop doing this stream. Here's my question. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of blue pit vipers on the internet lately. Are they as blue in real life as the pictures look, or am I the victim of an elaborate Photoshop scheme?
Maybe a little of each. So there are a lot of snakes that are very legitimately, gloriously light blues and yellows and greens, those reds. That totally exists. At the same time, a lot of times when people put them, especially on Instagram, I think this is the thing. The Instagram rewards a very striking picture, which is different than what you get if you're, say, trying to sell an animal. If you're trying to sell an animal, your photographs should reflect really well what that animal really looks like. Because if you say it looks spectacular, over the top, amazing, and then you ship it to somebody and they're like, this is not what you
Jason
sent,
says move the laptop closer.
then that's going to be a real problem. But if you sorry, if you know, if you're putting it on Instagram or something, you just want a picture that grabs people's attention, and so a lot of times people will enhance the colors to beyond, you know, usually beyond what is real, but not so far beyond what is real to the point that your eye immediately goes, that's a lie.
Yeah. Let's see. Dragon King, but should we move the laptop closer?
Well, the lap for sound,
Yeah.
it won't change the sound on microphones right here.
But it's not using this microphone.
It isn't?
I think it's using the...
Well, why does it say it is? Okay, well, we can give that a
Maybe
try.
because the computer needs to be updated. The software needs updated.
I don't know. Okay.
But they also said to try to talk louder. So probably when I'm like looking over here.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So Dragon King Bioactive said, "Hey guys, love the channel. I would like to know what equipment you guys use for filming your videos, and if it's different from when you film at the studio and on the road. I'm starting my own reptile educational channel with my daughter, and I want to invest in legitimate equipment. You and your team have inspired me greatly to speak the word about proper reptile care. Our goal is to open a reptile store / reptile rescue in our community next year. There are only Petcos and PetSmarts in our area, and too many reptiles being underappreciated. And by the way, when we are faced with a decision with our business, our common motto is WWCD. What would Clint do? And we always feel good about the answer. It honestly really helps us out." That's really cute.
As for the equipment that we use, Jason, because Jason's hearing this, we should start adding links to the exact equipment we use.
They might be on the Amazon store.
They might be, but if not, maybe we'll. I'm speaking for Jason here, but we'll try to get them on tomorrow's video so that you guys can see, can go directly to what they are. So, because I don't know them all off the top of my head.
Tima Pipegrass says, "Hi Clint, at the Reptile Room you said you like some Studio Ghibli moves. I hope I'm remembering right. Do you or Alicia have a favorite? Also, I hope you can still do live streams and just end the social distance part. It's great to come together here and feel like part of a fun and upbeat community, especially for someone who has trouble in social settings. Thank you to the whole team."
Will you look up Studio Ghibli for me for a second so I can? I think I know what that is, but I'm just making sure. Or I just ramble on about it. Ready? Okay, yes. This is the studio. This is what I thought it was. So a movie that I liked a lot, and the only Studio Ghibli movie that I own is Princess Mononoke, but I've seen a number of the other ones, like Spirited Away and the one with the walking house that Michelle loves so much.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one called?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But for the most part, I will just do this. It makes sense to say.
All right. Nathan Stover, maybe not a super popular topic, but do you have any tips about becoming a professional in any field of science?
Yes, I do.
Clinty, it's already 1:02.
Okay, so my biggest tip to people who are considering a career in science is to, whenever you are in school, find a professor at your university that does research that interests you, and then find a way to get involved in their lab so that you can graduate with your name on a publication. If you can do that, then also while you're in your undergraduate, find another lab elsewhere where you would like to do your graduate work and begin communication with that professor, maybe after your sophomore year. Talk about your research, talk about where you might fit into their lab.
That's great advice, because it takes a lot of time for professors to get funding. So they have to be planning ahead with projects. So that's great advice.
Yes, and if there's a professor that wants you and has funding, you're pretty much in.
Yep. Let's see. Cody Knightham said, when it comes to cohabing garter snakes, how much bigger should the enclosure get per additional snake?
Oh, probably about 10 gallons. Garters actually seem to do better in groups. In nature they form friendships with other garters, and so they're a very social snake.
David Shook said, yes, don't stop the stream. Talk to us about Ringkins Dragons a little bit, and when can we get hats in the merch?
I want hats right now. So we should definitely get hats soon. Yes, Ringkins Dragons are stinking rad. If you like bearded dragons, but you wish they were smaller, Ringkins Dragons are for you. And they're really, really cool. They're sort of the only other Pagona species that we have in North America. A few years ago, I would have counseled you that we're kind of running into a problem with Pagona. Okay, Mr. T? Got that taken care of?
And a hairball or something.
A few years ago, our Ringkins Dragons in North America were starting to have some issues due to inbreeding. But there's been a lot of people who've been importing European stock into North America and have really diversified that gene pool. And so, you know, take a bearded dragon, make it smaller and just a little bit different looking, but I think, you know, they both are really cool looking in their own way. Bam. Awesome.
Hedrigal said, what's your favorite hognose morphs? And he also said, have you ever considered making a video explaining common morphs of popular animals? One thing that I found intimidating starting off keeping lizards is just the jargon about morphs and not knowing what that means for the animals. Like, I still don't know what a whitblit is, and at this point I'm afraid to ask.
Okay, so take me through those things one at a time. So
favorite hognose morph.
Favorite hognose morph. My favorite hognose morph is probably the snow, because I like it even better than the blue-eyed leucistic because I love the hognose pattern so much. So you still have that pattern, but you still got a basically all white snake. Though I also love the Yeti, which is the super conda version of the snow, where it is virtually patternless. Next part.
Have you ever considered making a video explaining common morphs of popular animals?
Yes, in fact, I have a script that I'm working on right now.
Cool. And what is a whitbit?
Whitbit is a morph of bearded dragons. There are kind of two, like almost white patternless morphs in bearded dragons. There's the whitbits and goodness, now I'm drawing a blank. Zeros. And I think the whitbit is a little more of a gray patternless dragon, and the zero is more of a white patternless dragon.
Cool. Let's see. Gaylord said, I've always been mixed up on those rascally scamps.
Rascally scamps.
Called geckos. Even if this Saracenorum is fantastically beautiful. So what non-gecko, arboreal, semi-arboreal lizards would you recommend for a first-time keeper, and what goes under the same criteria? Thank you and have a wonderful time.
Okay, so beginner geckos and beginner non-geckos that are similar. Emerald tree skinks,
yeah.
But also Night anoles are really, really cool as far as another gecko-ish creature.
What about emerald?
What was my first thing?
No, not emerald. The pretty ones that everyone loves, and you got with Kevin.
Jewel of the Certain?
Yeah.
That's not an arboreal.
It's not?
Oh, that's basically a little thing.
I have no idea.
Okay, and then as far as geckos go, all of the New Caledonian geckos are great. Day geckos can be really good if you're not into handling them.
Betty Morgan said, I also love the live streams. If I can't watch live, I watch afterwards. If doing them every week is getting hard, maybe every other week. I'll miss weekly live streams, but I can understand if you are getting more.
You guys are softening my heart, I know,
yeah.
though, on wanting to do them a lot more often still. We're going to end social distancing with Clint. That will end.
Yeah.
But
what the next ones look like,
yeah,
we just
the future.
Born to Eat Bacon says, Clint, I remember somebody bragging about a multi-tool. I thought it was a Leatherman Skeletal, but wanted to be sure. Could it have been you?
'Twas I! You should
and
totally get one.
Better. Thank you for
I spent maybe 4 years hunting this?
Yeah.
And then finally got one, and now, if something happened to it, I would replace it by the end of the day.
Yep.
It is magnificent.
For Christmas 2 years ago, I got him a second one because Clint and his family is weird. They have to have multiples of the same things. I've never been like that my whole life, but I knew that Clint would want to have two in case anything happened to that, so I got him a second one.
I lost mine for a month and carried the other one, and if I didn't have it, I would have bought another one anyway. Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
I do so many little things with it. I so rarely use a different tool. It has everything you need and nothing else.
Let's see. We Let's see. Camp Ross sent a super chat that said, I've noticed snakes in Australia. Snakes don't seem to use signaling as a defense mechanism compared with other regions. I was wondering why.
You notice snakes in Australia don't tend to use signaling?
Mm-hmm.
Like chemical signaling?
Or maybe like rattling signaling?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of signaling you're talking about. If you're talking about chemical signaling, I'm just going to give you a hypothesis. It would be because it's drier and chemical signals last for less time in dry environments.
Oh,
and so that would be my guess if that's what you're talking
Aurora Exotic said, thank you both for being stinking rad. Please, live streams have been a highlight. I think we all really appreciate the time you've put into all of this.
It's been so
Thanks
good.
for
Like,
saying that.
we've loved doing it. We just, we want to reevaluate.
Yeah. Tima Pipegrass said, we know Tima, she's come to the room before. She said, Leisha, I love seeing your real life human care. Honestly, I find human interactions more intimidating, so thanks for your tips. Team Leisha.
Team Leisha is the best.
Am I giving tips? Yeah. What are my tips?
Well, I think interacting with our little humans.
Oh, with our babies?
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan Taylor said, discovering your channel was a highlight of last year. Many thanks for the hours of entertainment and education. Thank you for being stinking around.
Well, thank you.
Amanda.
So glad you found us, by the way.
Yes, me too. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad it's been a highlight. We work hard to, make it more than just about reptiles, but also about relationships and making our world a better place. And reptiles are a big part.
We're just trying to help us all get through this really weird time.
Let's see. Amanda Mapes sent super duper chat.
Super duper chat!
And she said, super chat! I love it when Clint says that. Do it.
Super chat!
Love you guys. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Amanda. I think that we might need to save the unboxing. Of Josh's frogs.
Should I do it just super duper fast?
I know Jess needs to
How about
go.
one box?
Okay. Sorry, it's just because Jessie has my kids upstairs and I know she has to go. She has lots of people to see while she's here in Utah, and I feel bad for keeping her hostage.
Okay. So I can tell you, Josh's frogs, they are sending creatures. They sent us 3 boxes. They are sending creatures. There are 3 of these.
I'll hold it.
So there are 3 of these. And this does not include the creatures. The creatures aren't here yet. But we're gonna.
This is the boring one.
Well, this is kind of a boring one.
I thought you were gonna get the other one.
Well, we'll see. Well, there might be enough in here. Oh, I think this box is not that boring.
All right, go fast.
Okay, so this box has sheet moss. We're gonna see if you can guess what it's gonna be. Wait, no, I got this. Sphagnum moss. Spray foam. More spray foam. It's for later. Silicone. Tell me about that.
Don't tell them about that. I'm just pulling everything out and you're on.
A substrate barrier. That's cool. Ugh. An 18-inch compact fluorescent hood for whatever enclosure might be coming.
Light bulbs.
Light bulbs. Ooh, these are LED grow bulbs. Neat.
That's really cool. That's how Greer says it on Despicable Me. Light bulb.
Bug blade.
What is that?
I don't know. It looks like it's saw blades for bugs. We'll find out what that does. Okay, now we'll crack into the stuff that's going to give it away. Seltzer.
That looks like raffia to me.
Oops. And some cool product we'll learn more about called Dendrocare. Could be anything.
Fruit flies, they're saying.
Could be anything. We'll let you guys think about that, and we will see you guys next week. No more super chats, right?
No more super
We've done it all?
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
I feel emotional right now. Like, I feel I'm glad we have 2 more weeks to say goodbye.
How am I going to make it through the 52-week wrap?
I
I don't know if I can wrap it all up. It's not a wrap, girl.
Are you crying? I know. I feel like heavy right now.
It's heavy. We have a lot to consider. And thank you guys so much for your kind words and encouragement. We have loved social distancing with Clint. We're glad there are 2 more weeks of social distancing with Clint left. And then, well, we've got to figure out where we go from there.
Yep.
As always, like and subscribe, and we hope to see you real soon.
Love you guys. Bye. Thanks for being here.